big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me cause her blame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Ready?
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
8, read.
Mike 54. We got to get the ball, D.
You draw quarter.
2nd and 9 now. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Not today. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now back to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw here. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
52.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
60 Pittsburgh. I know he ain't got it. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 15. Check 15.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their
rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Evans coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A toss to Cook. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Strong right. Strong right. Bring it. Bring it. Shot 5.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. No score after one on EA Sports.
Ready? Turn two soft.
They'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his man on the outside.
A 6-yard pickup.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll look to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Recon, 132 fighter. Let's see what you got.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
218, 5.
Mixon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. They get it to Sayers on the screen. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On second down, here's Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. They'll run with Mixon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he is all the way up past the 25. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll set up to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Hey, pick your game up. Tight as Ringo. Tight as on Ringo.
And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
It's caught, Smith. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10. Let's go! At their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Ready? 18 games.
Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 30.
Here's 2nd and 8. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Ready, set. 6-6. Pull it high.
1st and 10 at the 47.
Get.
They'll get this out wide to Boyd. A good pickup there. 8 yards on a first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Past the 20. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete to John Ross. 23 yards on the play. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Sayers. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hustle, hustle, deep grip.
He'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. 2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. Linval Joseph able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. Back now in Cincinnati. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams,
blitz coming, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Ed Oliver picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Looking to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Back to throw here. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They'll drop the throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cook following the penalty. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
First down, Minnesota.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's 21-3. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2.
Come on, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
218, chop.
On third down, Mixon, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Now back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They try again with Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Vikings, not much to complain about here. They come in and
Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole